So here we are with question 19. Circle the percentage closest in value to 1/3. Well, to get 1/3, 100% has been divided by 3. So if you multiply each of these by 3, then you will be able to find out which one was closest to 100%. Question 20. Work out this sum here. And this is a BODMAS question, or BIDMAS, depending on how you remember the order of operations. So BODMAS. This is a rule we can use to remind us of the order we have to do calculations in. So it's brackets, then orders, which are powers, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And that's the order that every sum has to be calculated in. So we have some brackets here. So we have to find out what the brackets equal first. So we've got 13 take away 5 multiplied by 2. So if we look at our BODMAS, we've got no brackets, we've got no powers, we've got no division, we have multiplication. So the first thing that has to be worked out is this bit here, this multiplication. So we can now work that out. -5 times by 2 is -10. So 13 take away 10 is 3. So the contents of the bracket is equal to 3. And that's got the first mark. So now we can just rewrite this with square root of 121. So what multiplies by itself to make 121, that's how you'll work that bit out. Take away, and we know the bracket equals 3. So you could finish that question off. Question 21, part A, reflect the triangle in the line x equals 2. So this line x equals 2, we're looking for anything that follows that rule, any coordinate that follows the rule x equals 2. So we've got an x coordinate of 2 here. We also have an x coordinate of 2 here, because this is the point where there is 2 in the x direction, 1 in the y direction. This also has an x coordinate of 2, because we've gone 2 in the x direction, 2 in the y direction. 2 in the x direction, 3 in the y direction. So we can see here, all of these points have an x coordinate of 2. And that is the line that we need to draw our reflection in. So that's my mirror line, my reflection line. So now we just have to reflect that shape in that line. So for example, this point here, this is currently 1 square to the left of the line. If you reflect it, it will now be 1 square to the right of the line. There we go. So that'll be that point. You can move the other points and you can draw your reflection. 21b, rotate the kite 90 degrees clockwise about 0, 0. So to do this, you'd take a piece of tracing paper, you would put it on your over your shape and over the grid, trace over the shape, and I can't do this on here, but the next thing you would do is you would put your pen on 0, 0, that's the centre of rotation you've been given. Sorry. There we go, that's better. The centre of rotation we've been given, and you would now rotate your shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So you would turn it 90 degrees this way, and that's where you would redraw your shape. Question 22. Anna plays a computer game. Each game is a win or a loss. So there's only 2 possible outcomes here. So that's important. You can only win or lose. So actually we could say win, lose. She wins 3/4 of her first 24 games. That's important information too. And she then wins her next 12 games. Find for all 36 games, work out the ratio of wins to losses and give your answer in its simplest form. So we need to know how many wins she had. Well, the information on the second line I've highlighted here. She wins 3/4 of her first 24 games. So how many games was that? 3/4 of 24. So you can work out 1/4 of 24 and then 3/4 of 24. If you're struggling with that, let's do a bar model to help us. So let's say this bar is representing 24 games. We want to find 3/4, so if I cut it in half and then I cut them in half, I've now got it in quarters. So I want to know how many games this is. 1, 2, 3/4 of the bar. And then you've got some of the games that you know how many games she won for that second line. She then wins her next 12 games. So she's got another 12 games. She won 3/4 of the 24 and another 12 games, and that's what number's going to go there. And then you'll know that because there were 36 games altogether, you'll know how many she lost. And that will give you your ratio. The last mark, you need to write it in its simplest form. So that's really important, you leave it in its simplest form. Have a go at that one.